Trey Ying's live at the Israeli air base where those 13 hostages are expected to arrive by helicopter in just a matter of hours. Trey.
Todd, Carly, good morning. The first group of hostages is expected to be released into the hands of the Red Cross in just 4 hours. Then they will be flown to the Hatzarim air base behind me, where they will receive initial medical treatment, be able to make phone calls to loved ones, and then have an evaluation about what comes next. Some of them will be taken by ambulance to a hospital near here in the city of Beersheba. Others will be flown to other regional medical centers. One of 5 they will go to where they will be in a secluded ward. Remember, this group consists of 13 people. It will be all women and children. They are from the same kibbutz, according to Israeli media reports. They will be exchanged for 24 female Palestinian prisoners and 15 male teenagers. It has been 5 hours since the ceasefire went into effect, and other than 2 rocket alerts 15 minutes into the set time, it does appear to be holding for now. The break in fighting, if it does move forward, will last for the next 4 days and could see around 50 Israeli hostages released for 150 Palestinian prisoners. Now, despite the ceasefire, Israeli forces inside Gaza still operating, telling Gazans that evacuated to the southern part of the Strip not to return to the north. Take a listen.
The war is not over yet. The humanitarian pause is only temporary. The northern Gaza Strip is a dangerous war zone, and it is forbidden to move north. For your safety, you must remain in the humanitarian zone in the south. The movement of residents from the south of the Strip to the north is not allowed and is dangerous.
I spoke to a source inside Gaza today who indicated a group of Palestinians tried to cross to the northern part of the Strip, and the Israelis opened fire on that group. We've reached out to the military for comment about that incident. Todd, Carly?
Yeah, the war isn't over, but the nightmare for 13 people and their families is. Trey Ying's live for us in Israel. Thank you so much. Let's bring in Robert Charles, former Assistant Secretary of State for George W. Bush and a former naval intel officer. Robert, good morning to you. So we know that this ceasefire has now started and that 13 Israelis will be released at 9 a.m. Eastern time today, 4 p.m. Israeli time. This ceasefire is going to be 4 days, and there are still a lot of questions. And one of the biggest ones is what happens on day 5.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I'll tell you, Todd and Carly, good morning and happy Thanksgiving. And it's a happy day that these hostages are going to be released. But swaps of this kind are as old as war and humanity. And they're always delicate and they're fraught because the combatants don't trust each other. They happen all the time. They happen historically they do. They happen under the conventions, and there is a precedent for this one in 2011 when Hamas and Netanyahu himself again were involved in a negotiation. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel released about 1,027 prisoners of all kinds, and in exchange for a single Israeli soldier. So the numbers don't really matter. It has to do with whether or not ultimately you can get all these hostages out. We have 240 reported in there. 50 supposedly going to be released in the next 4 days. And then there's this proviso negotiated with Qatar and Egypt and others saying that at the end of the day, they'll extend it by 1 additional day, to your question, day 5, if they release another 10. And if you think that out over time, 240 minus 50 is 190. You could go out another 19 days or 23 days altogether. I personally don't think it's going to go that long because you are in the middle of a real conflict. And I would remind people we have 9 Americans in there. And I think 1 permanent resident. So America also has direct interests here. It's going to be a tough time. It's going to be unpredictable, but at the same time, it's a piece of good news, a shaft of light in a time of darkness. And they're going to let a number of humanitarian trucks in, which I think is very important for the millions of innocent Palestinians who are suffering.
Let's focus on that unpredictability you just mentioned. As someone who has been in high-stakes diplomatic negotiations in his career, obviously Assistant Secretary of State, what are you on alert for today? Because maybe I'm skeptical, but I don't trust this process until I see proof of life with those 13 hostages.
Well, Todd, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, when you get right down to it, there's reality and then there's talk. And so far we've had talk. We want to see what the stories are that come out of these people. And frankly, that's one thing that will erode the peace process, even this temporary ceasefire process, is that there will be stories on both sides. There will be tales to tell, and they will be probably heartrending on both sides. So at the end of the day, my hope and my prayer, my true hope and prayer is that somehow out of all of this, cloud of horror, that we can eventually get to a rethink about a permanent peace, a mutually agreeable peace in this region. God knows that all the way back to Jimmy Carter, frankly, way before that, we've tried to get to that kind of peace. And I think this kind of heartrending stuff reminds us that unless we want to see this 40 years from now, all the parties that have an interest and all those who have some capability, and the United States has enormous credibility and capability, we ought to be using it to try to get beyond this moment.
Yeah, but getting beyond this moment is incredibly complex because the goal of Israel is to eliminate the very group that is holding their own people hostage. And Israel's defense minister says he expects at least 2 more months of battle. That's his anticipation. So what do you think about that timeline? What does that tell you?
I am always, and this is the difficulty of war, and I've been in a number of war zones. War is filled with unpredictability, and it's filled with heartache. And, having spent a lot of time with World War II vets, they always come back to the word hell. It's hell. And I think what we have to do is think in terms of how do you accelerate the end of terrorism and these terror groups, in particular Hamas, and you've also got another group in there, Islamic Jihad, and of course to the north you've got Hezbollah, all supported by Iran. This is really a surrogate war with Iran. So how do you somehow get to a point where you can reestablish stasis, some degree of peace in the region, and somehow also protect all the innocents? You have millions of innocents in there. We've lost somewhere in the range of 4,000 or 5,000 children, and Israel has lost children too. So it's a very difficult thing. War zones are invariably fraught, and the idea of unpredictability is essentially the flip side of the coin in any battle environment, any war environment. So, what we try to do is reduce the unpredictability, protect the innocents pursuant to the Geneva Convention. This is all being done pursuant to the Third Geneva Convention, Section 109 forward, and we're just going to have to pray, and I do literally mean pray, for the possibility that we can get as many, perhaps all of those hostages out of there before conflict resumes, and perhaps the Palestinian people also get rid of something that has really been a thorn in I know other people don't think that way, but I think it's on their side as well. I think at the end of the day, terrorism does no one any good. Peace is the thing that we're constantly looking for, and maybe this will be an inflection point where the world itself steps up and says, let's put this on the front and center, the front burner, and see if we can't get beyond it.
Maybe, but I just can't get past the two combatants here and what is the end game, because this isn't a trade between two baseball teams. These are two groups that have vowed to destroy the other, not let them live. They want to wipe each other off the face of the earth. How do you have a negotiation within that context? All eyes will be watching. Robert Charles, we thank you as always for getting up with us post-Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.